So let's start with something that we hear about a lot, something really common. How do we tax a building that is mixed use? So let's give the example, a 4-story building with retail on the ground floor and residential on the upper 3 floors. How will that work?
So this is actually a pretty common scenario, mixed use properties. And the first step that we need to do is we need to determine which part of the building is being used for commercial purposes and which part of the building is residential, as you mentioned in your example. So in this particular example, as you mentioned, the ground floor is used for commercial and the upper 3 floors are residential. So to make this simple and not overcomplicate things, we'll say that, each floor is identically the same. And so if that's the case, the property would just only be subject to the use and occupancy tax on the ground floor. Because residential properties are not subject to UNO, the other 3 floors would not be subject to UNO. So in a very broad example, if we were to say you have one building that is worth or is assessed at $500,000, when you multiply it by the UNO rate, it's approximately $6,050 per year. When you divide that by 12 and we pay it monthly, it is about $504 monthly. And so when you're looking at that monthly payment, that means only 1/4 of it will be subject to the tax, and the other 3/4 of it is exempt because it's residential. So that $504 monthly payment or tax bill is just $126.